as we're counting down to starting,
Oh, it's a good girl.
definitely want to say a thanks to everyone who's joined us on a beautiful day in the Bay and wherever you're at.
Off in your screen.
That could be outside
It's on you.
enjoying this, but we're sitting back in front of our computers. So.
Hey Jay, mute your computer until you want to talk.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's my job, right?
I guess so.
All right. I think we should just jump right in.
Let's do this.
Yeah. So again, I wanna thank everyone for coming. Again, it's a beautiful Thursday, late afternoon, early evening in California. Have really wonderful weather. And want to thank this is for the first Skate Shots Bay Area series that has been brewing in my brain for many, at least for many months, and happy to bring Tobin Yelland into the EBPCO speaker series, which has featured some really great photographers and artists. And I'm going to pause and I'll let Vince kind of introduce some of the East Bay Photo Collective and what we do and why we do it. And then we can just jump right into Tobin's talk about his skate shots and him growing up in the East Bay.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you, Brian, for being the mastermind behind Skate Shots. And this year is kind of a dry run. I think next year is going to be, our Skate Shots is going to be nuts. We had all sorts of great schemes and there just wasn't space or time or vaccinations enough to put them into place this year, but we have some really terrific ideas for Skate Shots next year. So, but it's delighted to have everybody here. And Tobin, thanks so much for joining. I'm Vince Donovan. I'm the co-executive director with Anita Gay, who's also on the call, of East Bay Photo Collective. And East Bay Photo Collective, our mission is to foster creativity and build community through the art and craft of photography. We provide facilities, education, access, and inspiration, especially for those who are underserved, underrepresented, or otherwise lack access to creative resources. So I'm reading off something in case that's not obvious. And we currently have several programs, all with this mission in mind. So the Artist Talk series, this is one, and we've had basically we have an artist talk once a month or so. We've had some really fantastic speakers from and I won't go through the whole list, but it's really a fun series and a whole range of experiences in terms of photographic artists. And then we have our creative community programs, which Jenny Sampson heads. And we have a show and tell series, which is sort of an open mic for photographers, where you can just show up and bring your work and just show it and have that experience. And if you want some feedback, you can get it. If you don't, it's just a real friendly way to get started showing your work and bringing your work out. So that's a monthly series run by Jenny. When COVID hit, we were doing that twice a week, as folks were so hungry for connection and creative inspiration that series was going twice a week. Now we've calmed down and we're doing it once a month. And then Jenny and Anita also lead our photo walk series, which has been a virtual online photo walk, is now about to become a real life photo walk. So those are creative community programs. We have an open portfolio series where we work with an underserved group, take them through a portfolio development process, culminating in a gallery show where they get their work on the wall. And our most recent project with the students from Oakland School for the Arts. And that was just, it's astounding work from them. It was really wonderful to work with that group of students, and very rewarding and And that work is just coming down from the gallery, but it's also still on our website. And then we have an exhibition series, and so again, we try to reach out to underrepresented artists to display and promote their work. And even during the pandemic, we were still able to do some really remarkable work. Again, thanks to Brian Brooks and his business, Underdog Film Lab. We did an outdoor installation that was just astounding, featuring Ruth Morgan, Harvey Castro, Jean Dominique, Amir Abdul-Shakur, Eric Matthew, Ivy Chen, photographers from all around Oakland, just getting in and showing their ideas around the theme of representation rising. And these were enormous 10-foot by 8-foot prints on the side of a building in West Oakland. And just getting on the wall was very exciting, and the kind of feedback we got was astounding. Two more things we're doing: Tools for Change. This is a library of photographic equipment that's available for folks that don't have access to photographic equipment. And then we have a planned photography center here in Oakland that's going to have gallery and classrooms and facilities. And that's in the near future, we hope. So that is East Bay Photo Collective. And now I'll put some links in the chat of how to learn more about us, donate to support us. But I'm going to hand it over to Brian Brooks.
So I'm going to quickly pass it over to Tobin to really get down to what we're here to see some of his great images. And again, as a skater from New Jersey, always looking west to the Mecca, California, Mecca, SF and LA down there. And what a draw it was to see when growing up young and in New Jersey, looking in the magazines, going, wow, this is something I want to be part of. And then also working my way into the photography piece of it. But I really want to stop talking. I'm just a fan of his work, and I'm just gonna pass it over to you, Tobin. Love to hear what you're gonna share with us and how you got started in words, and then show us some of the images that I had a little peek of it. Show some of these great things that you're gonna get in.
Thank you, Vince, and thank you, Brian. Thanks for inviting me on your East Bay Photo Collective Zoom. So this is really fun. I love the East Bay. My father was born in Oakland, and my whole father's family lives in the East Bay. I was born in Berkeley, and so I grew up in San Francisco, but was always in the East Bay and San Francisco and going back and forth. And as a teenager, I got to meet a lot of kids through skateboarding and photography. And luckily, I shot enough photographs that I was able to parlay kind of my love of photography and my love of skateboarding together and make a job out of it, which was I was really fortunate. And so, and that's because of all the collaborations between me and all the skateboarders I know and then met. And I think one of the first skaters I met from the East Bay was Brian Ferdinand. And I'm going to show you some photographs of him, and also Jay West is on the call. I don't have any photos of him, but I have to show right now, but I have some photos of JJ Rogers, his roommate. And so I photographed a lot of like San Leandro and Hayward, and I'm going to show photos from Oakland and Concord and Walnut Creek, and then a lot of photographs from San Francisco too. And I'm going to share my screen and start showing photos. So go here. There it goes. Okay, and then hold on.
And I'll interject real quickly. If you have questions, just throw them in the chat. I mean, we have a really cool group, so you can also just hold them to the end, or if you have something you want to shout out, just throw it in the chat. Okay.
All right. This is Shamil Randall, and we were taking this photo by his house in Oakland, and it was fun. I just drove out, and Shamil showed me some spots, and we shot photos. He was skating for Chocolate, and I love this photo just because it's just black and white, cool landscape, no one in the background, and I think this photograph maybe ran in one magazine. I like this one. This is tennis court banks. I think everyone knows tennis court banks that skated and lived in the East Bay or wherever. But this is Brian Ferdinand. You can see his little wheels. I think it was probably 1991, 2, something. Whenever wheels were that tiny. And I think it, yeah.
I hate to be this guy, but can you go back to that photo, that first photo that you showed just now?
Yeah.
So what year do you think that was?
This one is 90. So it's 30 years ago.
Not 1990?
Yeah.
So yeah, the composition, dude, is sick. Like, look at that pine tree or whatever, that conifer sticking up out of that White House in the back. Like, look at that.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, that's my commentary on that one.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, and again, don't want to get too nerdy out here, but homie's pushing that slide with his back foot.
I know. I love the way his back, I like the way his back foot is on there, because frontside no slides are kind of awkward looking.
Yeah, he's pushing it. This is like pre-wax days.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll keep my comments to myself.
Oh, it's cool. Boom. Exit
Yeah.
ollie. Yeah, I love that one.
That's so rad.
Yeah. Flying to ollie to truck.
Yeah. God.
All right. This is Doug Sainz, and we shot this out in Concord. And he's skating for New Deal, and he's doing a kick flip. I don't know. I like this photograph. Riding an Ed Templeton board.
So
That
the-
one, like, amazingly, the timing of that capture is crazy.
Yeah, it's right when his board's flat.
Yeah.
and
Are
there's
you
a-
using Flash here?
Yeah, that's a flash.
Mhm.
And there was also another question in the chat saying, how do you decide black and white versus color? It's going to be earlier in the thing, but what's your decision process on that, or was that?
I think I shot a lot of black and white early on because it was inexpensive, and I could buy. Everyone I knew bought 100-foot rolls of, and then we bulk loaded them so that we had our own cassettes, and it came out to be like a couple bucks a roll or $1 or something a roll, something like that. So that was inexpensive, and then I could process it myself. So probably just economics in the beginning, and then I don't know, I've always loved black and white, but then color photographs, as I started shooting for magazines and they would give me film, then I would shoot more color, because somehow the rates in which they paid you more for color. But color's amazing too. They're both good. I would always shoot sequences black and white because it was less expensive too. But this is Ron Allen. He's one of the early skateboarders that I photographed, and he's from Oakland. And this image of Ron Allen was shot at Oakland Tech High School. I think it's a high school, right? But it was Oakland Tech, and there was some kind of construction going on the bank, which made a really cool gap. And I was skating here. We're skating with Jesse Newhouse and Ron Allen. And I've never scanned this one before, and I don't know what the dots are. I think it's some kind of like leak or something. I don't know what. But I just scanned this tonight. And
Are you saying we're seeing some unseen footage?
yeah, there's a bunch of photos that I just like scanned
Awesome.
today. So
Thanks.
let me see. This next one is, I think, somewhere in Castro Valley, Brian Ferdinand doing a Smith grind. I like the way he's kind of laid back going down this curve. It's like a downhill curve.
Bayfair Mall,
Mayfair Mall? Okay.
behind Bayfair. Yep.
Okay. And that's in Castro Valley?
No, San Leandro.
Oh, San Leandro. All right. Cool. Yep. I don't know if anyone photographers are listening, but oh, looks like you're missing a finger, Brian, in this picture. Just we're shooting with like one flash, and I shoot at slow shutter speed so you can make the light streak in the background. Here's a contact sheet. This is San Francisco, but it's Brian, and maybe I could zoom in or something.
Wow, this is a lot of fun to see your contact sheet.
Yeah, it's kind
Yeah.
of fun. How to like.
Well, you're breaking that rule of like at least one shot. One shot good in a roll.
Right. Here's, yeah, I like this one up here.
It's China Banks.
Yeah, China Banks.
Yeah.
Yep, this is China Banks. This is Brian Alling over something.
Yeah,
We're
that's
skating.
cool.
Me, Brian, and Julian. We're skating. I don't know who else. There's Julian doing ollie. And then, so what else I've got? I got lots of photos to show you. Here's Ron Allen. This was used for his company Life, one of the ads and for his company, but he could ollie really high. And I'm not sure what school this was, but it's an ollie little nose slide tail grab. May have been Oakland Tech. I don't know. Somewhere. But Ron was fun to shoot, and I like shooting with my 35mm lens sometimes because it was kind of stretchy, but not too wide angle. This is JJ Rogers and Jay West, JJ Rogers, and a few other people. I forgot their names, but they had a ramp in their garage. It was a tiny little garage, one-car garage, and they had an extension that went up to the ceiling, and everyone would go up to the ceiling. You see, they had a piece of plywood on the ceiling, so because there were so many holes in it. But that was a fun little ramp.
Hey, was that shot ever published, Tobin?
Yeah, that one was. But they put something over the penis. They put like some.
It was in
Transworld.
It was in Transworld and Thrasher the same month.
Really? Oh yeah.
You had an ad for Dogtown and a picture in Transworld.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And Ferdinand used to ollie off the pool cooking there to that wall and knock tiles off our shower. It was on the other side of the wall. Was a shower there.
That's funny. That is so funny.
And Sacto came for my 21st birthday and tore all the coping down, and there was 2 inches of beer in the flat bottom when they left.
Oh man, that's fun.
Don't invite Sacramento to your parties.
No. No. Here's another tennis court photo. This is Jesse Paez. He's from Visalia, doing a big backside ollie.
This is not a 35mm.
No, this is the 16mm. It's like the skate photographer's favorite lens. 16mm fisheye lens. And I think it's probably like Velvia, like Fuji Velvia push one stop. We'd like to push it to make it kind of, I don't know, maybe undersaturated, but has a kind of a little funny, the tint is kind of off because of that.
So can you tell a story when you bought your first 16? Or do you have a story about it, or did it cost?
No, I don't know. My first one was a Minolta, and I was excited to have it. My photo teacher she didn't like it, and she called it a bozo lens. I thought that was funny, but it's good. You know, I like the fisheye, but I like not overusing it too, and not using it at every time you shoot photos. But I like it. It's fun. Another fisheye photo. This is Mack Shaw. He's grew up in Oakland, and this is Andy's ramp, which is also in Oakland. This is, I don't have the years on this, but I think this is 91, 92, something. A lot of these photographs are like 30 years old. And this, I think doing a kickflip on a vert ramp then was pretty new. So I'm gonna zoom in on Max. Look at Max. Mack Shaw, kickflip.
Right. I dig this. I dig the shutter drag. I mean, I think that really attracted me to a lot of skate photography. Just that drag pop. It's just yeah.
I like the overexposure sometimes. Like, I didn't have a light meter for a long time, so sometimes the photos are really drastically overexposed. I was using 2 flashes here, so the one that's on the deck is makes it real bright, which is nice. I like it.
I got a comment saying stop talking about time references. We're all old here, so.
Okay.
No, as a joke. Keep coming.
All right. Well, this is another photo. I like this photo because you can't really see the people on the other side of the deck. I'm sure Jay West is over there, and this is Brian skating. And I like how they painted their whole garage black. It's cool. And the light bulbs. I was just using 1 flash. I was looking at this photo. I like it like that too. It's really simple.
That's such a great picture because it's otherworldly. It's like, oh, gravity doesn't apply here. What's going on? It's just completely otherworldly.
Yeah, there's something about this one in particular that, I mean, I guess like some photographers, technically speaking, might say it's not right, but it is so cool because it is kind of confusing, and you don't know how, like, I don't know, there's so much to think about, like about what's actually happening in there, and there's enough kind of slightly hidden information that you don't really know what's going on. But I mean, he looks like a giant in a tiny little like shoebox or something, and then you see what he's doing, and it's totally amazing. He's touching the ceiling, right?
Yes. Yeah, touch the ceiling.
Jenny, like you said, there's so much concealed information. Like, you can't see his whole body. You can't see the rest of the room. You can't see things in the ceiling. And that adds to this otherworldly sensation. Like, if you could see his whole body, it would take something away from the image, I think.
Yeah.
I think like what's so cool about a lot of these is that I mean, I guess with these guys were, a lot of these tricks, I think, were, some of them were relatively new, like, considering the time and stuff, and they're pretty radical, awesome tricks, at the time. And now people, more skaters, there are more skaters, like, and they're spending more time doing this, and just like with most athletics, like everything has kind of gotten more and more extreme. But considering the timing, like, it's really fun and cool to see all of this going on. I know I'm not supposed to reference time, but so long ago.
Yeah. I think the older the photograph, the more like mysterious it looks. So I like looking back and looking at older ancient images. This is the same night, and this is another guy named Pee Wee, and he was writing. I think he's writing the Bane, maybe a little tiny board. I don't know, maybe his board just looks really skinny, but I like this photo too. Here's a picture of my friend Matt Neely in the Oakland Hills. I think we shot this like after some of the Oakland fires. A lot of houses were vacant, so and we found some pools, and Matt was a really good pool skater. And this is really cool. It's an indoor pool with a skylight. It's kind of unique. I was like this one. Yeah, I like it. Matt passed away. So I don't know, it's nice that I have this photograph.
It's definitely the adding that passed away part definitely feels really timeless. The blue.
Yeah, it's nice to record everything. This is JJ Rogers. I'm not sure where this vert ramp is. Wes, do you know where this is?
That might be San Jose. What's that? Rob's ramp, maybe?
Maybe.
No?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. And this-
Moraga, maybe.
Maybe.
No, that's too late for Moraga.
Okay.
Gotta pull out the sticker
It,
zoom on that coping.
yeah.
Yeah. But
So either way, that's a sugar cane, right?
yeah, it's a sugar cane.
Sick.
Is that a spine ramp? Could that be a spine ramp somewhere?
No, this is a vert ramp.
It is a vert ramp?
Yeah. Remember Jason Lord was there that day too.
Lord of Death. That could be maybe Pleasanton too. There was a vert ramp in Pleasanton we were going to for a little bit.
I think that maybe sounds like it. It was
Yeah.
I had a channel.
Yeah, that's it. That's Pleasanton ramp. Right
Okay.
on a sound wall.
Yeah. JJ learned this trick that day.
Hey,
Gotta-
yeah, Tobin, you know what's so funny is I talk to people nowadays and I'm like, look, you guys don't even understand. Like, we would have to get a shot in like 3 rolls of film. And so we would get towards the end, and if we weren't getting it, you'd be like, dude, we've got like 12 frames left.
Yeah. That is funny. That's very different, right?
Yeah.
So
I love that. That is like super film geeky awesomeness. Like, we have a limitation here.
yeah,
do
that definitely came in handy, because I think psychologically, if you're skating, maybe you're holding something back, or you're not sure if you want to make the trick, or it's a little scary. But then when there's a few photographs left, then that I think sometimes gives you the courage to, all right, I'm gonna do it now. And just go do it. That's fun.
Yeah, and like for the skater and also for the photographer, right? Like, as a photographer, we're like, okay, I have this many shots, and regardless of what it is you're going to photograph, you know that you have these parameters. It's not like, okay, I can shoot 9,000 exposures, right? And maybe
Yeah.
get it. Like,
Yeah,
no.
you can't.
There's boundaries here, serious boundaries and parameters.
Yes.
Sometimes we'd walk away in defeat.
Yeah. Sometimes we didn't get the shot. We ran out of film.
Sometimes the best shots when we weren't even skating.
Yeah, that too. I think that too. Yeah. All right. This is Wade Spire in Danville.
This is a classic like 90s shot right here.
Yeah, that's when Dogtown moved to San Francisco, and Wade was one of the people that skated for him.
And Brian and me and
Yes.
who else from all the Danville guys, Danville Pride, Ravid.
Ravid.
Yeah, there's a bunch of us.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people in the East Bay skated for Dogtown.
Yeah, Pee Wee did too. That the
Yeah.
last picture, yeah, Pee Wee rode for Dogtown.
Yep, that's right. So cool. This is not East Bay. This is San Francisco, and I just found this photo today. It's a Julian Stranger, and I think it's ollie to tail at Hunters Point ramp.
Yeah, how many photos of cut down Hunters Point are there? That's sick.
I know.
Dude, I was just gonna ask that if it was cut down at that point.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is rare.
I like how the flat bottom is so mushy. It's so super that the ramp was just it was pretty weathered. It's cool. I like it. Here's another Danville photo. Wade Spire going around. We got two images. And
Is that a tripoded shot? Sorry.
that's not a tripoded shot. This is it's just firing the flash twice.
With a long exposure, right? I mean, it's obviously.
Yeah, it's maybe like
yeah.
like a 1 second exposure.
Homie must be flying then.
Yep.
He was going really fast. Yeah, you could tell he's looking where
Always
he's going.
flying.
Yeah.
Wade doesn't go slow ever.
Yeah, no. I'm just trying to put that in other people's context.
Right.
Okay, so it looks like a tripod. It's not.
No, you could see a little bit of the bark flying up, a little bit, and yeah, his board's kind of translucent because it's a long exposure.
Yeah.
But
Super cool.
it's fun. Here's another. This is kind of redundant, but I guess in this one you can kind of maybe I adjusted the exposure so you could see some of the other parts of the ramp and stuff. And this one, Brian is touching his tail to the ceiling, so he's right up on the ceiling. It's like a front. I don't know if he's going fakie or if it's a frontside kick turn.
He's doing frontside kick turn
Frontside kick turn, yeah,
for sure.
Front side, yeah, for sure.
yeah. So
See,
I like.
when you come off that and go by that square plywood on the wall, there was an outlet out there, and you'd get shocked if your hand was hanging down. We fixed all the holes and everything, but we never fixed that for some reason.
It just didn't seem dangerous.
I love that giant hole in the ceiling.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that garage got trashed. Yeah, what a great ramp though. That ramp was so fun. Yeah.
You got the streamlined, modern building in the back.
Yeah, it's all business, East Bay business stuff. I like this photo. There's a vertical of that same one.
Was that looks like it was published?
It may have been. I don't remember. But I like that one. Here's another tennis court banks photo. And this is Justin Gerard, who had a company called Mad Circle. And I like this photo because it's a switch ollie. A lot of people are starting to skate switch a lot. So switch is just skating the opposite way that you skate all the time. So it's kind of like skating backwards. And I like his board graphic because he hired Barry McGee to do a series of board graphics, and this is one of them. It's this. It's like a car driving by with 3 little pigs, and then there's a wolf character on the corner. tennis court banks was really fun.
Yeah.
There's another one of Wade Spire. This is in Danville. I believe it's, I don't know, Brian, do you know what this ramp is? It had a lot of like hips and corners and
It's Dave Warren's
Warren.
ramp. Dave Warren.
Warren.
Dave Warren, right, Jay?
Yes, that's Warren's ramp. Yep. DW. He rode for Alva then.
Oh, cool.
Wade or Dave?
Dave. Dave rode for Alva.
Dave rode for Alva.
It's cool. And I shot this with Kodachrome 200. It was my favorite film to shoot at dusk. Such a good film. God, so many photos of Brian. I didn't check this first. This is somewhere in I don't know where this was, but
Castro Valley.
okay, Castro Valley. Yeah, I like this photo a lot. I like the sky in it. Looks like kind of like a watermelon, like a lot very striped. It's like striped clouds.
I'm getting chemtrail vibes, but that's okay.
Yeah, it could be a lot of chemtrails.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That
like
was
this one.
before we knew about filling up cracks in the concrete. That railing had to crack about a foot before takeoff, so you had to ollie before it.
Oh yeah. That's fun. It's cool. This is another rail in Concord. I think it was a flat bar. And we skated here a lot. And this day I was with Jesse Paez and Jordan Richter. And I don't know if I think I meant to shoot this with a flash, but I like it better just without the flash. And Jordan was from Southern California, but he came up and stayed with me for maybe a month, and we just ended up shooting a lot of photos and hanging out. And I like this one a lot. This one is in Jack London Square, and it's Bob Burnquist. I guess in the evening. I'm just getting this rail. And I shot this still photo, and I don't think it was ever used for anything, but the main thing I shot was Super 8 of this, and it was used for the Big Brother video. I think the first one. That was fun. I like the big ship in the background.
Those shadows are amazing too. Of the fence or of all the rail and the fence.
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking. The shadows.
God, so many of Brian. This is the China Banks. I like your wheels. Look at your wheels. Are
Yeah.
like, so like Stone Age, or like so slid out. They look like, I don't know what, clay wheels.
I'm a sucker for China Banks.
Yeah, China Banks is so cool. And I like this
Those-
photo. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say those were the original 60mm Spitfires that they put on the lathe. That's why they look like that.
Yeah,
They're all-
Lads,
round,
Animated.
round. They were round,
Lads.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I like this photo. This photo for me has everything, because shooting at night, I always like to have some shoot at slow shutter speeds and have lights in the background that could show motion. I like to show because it's hard in a still photo to show the skater, like show him going fast, which is what's happening. So I like those streaky lights.
Yeah, the shadow on that one too is really good.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, the shadow, and you guys were talking about the wheels and how they're so lit up and you can't see the trucks or anything. They're just kind of floating there. And then you've got the shadow with the wheels there too. Like it's just a perfect kind of shot.
And Brian, is that an ollie off the bench onto the bank?
Yeah.
it's got to be, yeah. I
It
mean,
is.
that's a big alley if it wasn't.
No, it is.
Yeah, it's off the bench and over the channel. There was a little channel there.
Right.
Yeah, definitely off. Yeah, over the channel for sure. But beautiful.
It's a bail shot.
It is not a
Oh,
bail
wait,
shot.
no, wait, we haven't talked about that. We're
I'm
not,
just kidding.
so this is a no bail session, right?
Yeah, no one falls ever. Every picture is a make. This is another amazing skate spot in Oakland. It was at the Phoenix Iron Works, and this is Jake Phelps' ramp, the Widowmaker. And I don't know, I love this photo because it's just a piece in time, and I love his board collection wall. And this is Andy Roy doing like a lean method kind of area. And Jake's in the background on the deck. So that's cool. And then Jake Phelps. This is a great photo for me because Jake Phelps passed away, and this is I like to remember him with this photo, like this day. I think photography can be so cool in that way, where it takes you back to a time and an experience, and you can kind of relive it by looking at the photograph again. So I like this photo.
And also just like thinking about Jake, but also Andy and like the journey he's kind of gone through, you know, and where he is today, you know, kind of I don't know, like just kind of healing, you know, and I don't know, being in a better place perhaps. I don't want to.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, he's in a way better place. So yeah, good for Andy. It's cool. All right. This is, it's kind of hard to see, but this is a sequence I shot of Sean Young, and I printed it on one piece of paper. So this is, I forgot how I did it, but I know I wanted to have 3 of the images about kind of a larger size. So I kind of planned it out and printed those first, and then I printed the first 4 on top and the last 4 on the bottom. And it was really fun. I like doing stuff like that in the darkroom. I don't get into the darkroom much anymore at all, but I like the photographs that I have, or the prints I have from those times. And I also like the top 4 kind of look like the black flag bars a little bit. So that's fun. This is like the trick he was trying to, I think he was trying to do, he was trying to ollie up the extension to do a layback, backside layback, something, I don't know. I think what he ended up doing was kind of a, he didn't expect, but that's a fun one.
Yeah, I like that collage.
This is the same ramp, and this is Julian just doing Indy to fakie before he started Antihero. He was writing for Real. So this, I think this might have been 93. And as Brian pointed out the other day, this is an upside down cross. I don't know, it's in a lot of photos. And I just noticed it. Pretty fun. Let's see. This is a spot in Oakland, and I don't remember exactly where it was, but I went here with Mickey Reyes and Chris Pastras. This is while Mickey, I think he stopped being a pro skateboarder, or he became a police officer for a while, and then this is while he was a police officer. He would still come skating with us sometimes. So it was a fun day. This is not East Bay, but this is in Australia, and it's we're at a demo for a toy machine, and they had at the end of the demo they threw a skateboard out for free into the crowd, and everyone a lot of kids were fighting over the skateboard, and this is the guy that won. He held onto the skateboard the tightest, and he was so happy to have like persevered and won the skateboard, although he did have a gash on his head. I like the graphic too. It just like has kangaroos smashing a wall. It's cool. This is another photo from Andy's ramp. And this is John Cardiel doing a backside air through the rafters. And that's that photo.
That's sweet.
And I think a lot of people lived in this warehouse that had the ramp too. I like that photo. I shot this photo with a macro lens. I like how the 60mm macro looks on non-macro photos. Here's a photo of Brad Staba. He's from Walnut Creek, I think, and this is a rail we go to a lot, and he's doing a lip sled. I like shooting with Brad. We shot a lot of photos. Yeah. This is a sequence of Dandrew Hobel. I have the still images I want to roll through in a minute, but I just found this, and I don't think it ever got ran in a magazine or anything, so I designed it into like a one-page print. But I think Dan is so cool. This is that he would see this. I think there's a loft up here, and he would see a way to grab it, you know, as he was doing an ollie, as a lean air, and then he landed to tail. Dan was so cool, or so creative tricks. So I like that a lot. Here's another photo of Shamil. It's not like, I like it because it's looking back. It's not such a typical skate magazine shot. Usually you see like a flash or something, but I like that. I don't know where we were. I know we're in Oakland somewhere.
That's what a shot. You don't usually see that angle like from the going away from you.
Yeah, usually you see the person's face coming at you.
You know, conventionally you would say that that's a busy background, but
yeah,
the background is an important part of this picture.
Yeah, now that you're looking at it, like every kind of like lower income neighborhood has check cashing spots like on every corner. So there's like no ID as a sign, no ID, checks cashed. That is crazy.
Plus naked.
Naked. Winston just got naked. So really great advertising.
Hey, dude.
Funny. Here's another foot. This is like the good skate shot that we got that day. I'm not sure where that was. There was somewhere in Oakland, but it was fun. I like that photo. I like this photo a lot because I had only one telephoto lens. I had a 105, and I really like the way photos came out. Especially shooting with like a low ISO film, like a 64 or a 50. It's fun.
Yeah, the color palettes on these are amazing.
Yeah, Kodachrome is the best. I love
Yeah.
Kodachrome.
Let's not cry over that film.
Here's a self-portrait of me, Chris Johansson, Julian Stranger, and John Cardiel. For photography, I love to take photos of me and my friends. I love pictures of I don't know, just love pictures of everything, just capturing the moment, fun times. I think this is in San Francisco. This is a photo of Chris Pastors, which is the Oakland Bay Bridge in the background. So I wanted to include it. I really like this picture a lot. It's just kind of flying.
Like how you have the divider and the bridge and the parking meter.
Yeah, the parking meters.
Yeah, it just adds to the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the lights, all the like
And the
city
lights.
little lights popping in. City elements.
That spot was fun.
Yeah, it was so amazing. It's funny how skate spots will kind of come and go. They'll be around as long as they are until someone decides that they shouldn't be there. So then they go away. But, let's see. Where's another? Here's another angle from that shot I found. I scanned today. I like just getting, you could just see a little bit more of like what's happening around the spot, skating and stuff. And all the wires, there's so many wires in San Francisco with the electric buses and stuff. Love it. This is not even California, this is Chicago. And this is Dave Ruda in Chicago. It's a good skater. This is Oakland and Mack Shaw when he had his own ramp. I love this photo because as a photographer, you don't really get to control much. Going into like natural environments, you don't really get to control that much. I mean, I'm just walking in with a couple flashes and a camera. So I was really happy that he has a couple big lights, big tungsten lights, and a couple like windows that kind of let in light. So it's kind of made it perfect.
It almost looks like a Gothic like church with the Gons painting with the cross on the right. There's a lot of reds and deep, darker colors.
Yeah, I definitely made sure to get the Gons mural in the background. That mural is so special. It's really cool.
And the shadow on that one again is incredible. Like, killer shot.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna say again, the shadow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that.
It's the Gons God beams or beaming.
Yeah. Yeah, love Mack Shaw is so awesome. This is a photo of Ethan Fowler from a ramp in Washington. And here's the sequence of Jehovah. The tail, boom. That's fun. Here's another skate spot that came and went real fast. It was the Bums Warehouse in San Francisco. Like we call it the Bums because it was someone that skated that was in charge of watching out for this warehouse, and there was a bunch of fancy cars in the warehouse, and this person built ramps. And I don't know whether it was called the Bums Warehouse, but it was fun to go skate, especially on rainy days. And this is Julian Stranger. This is Jim Thiebaud's ramp, and this is Phil Shaw doing massive backside air off the extension, which is just a 4x8 piece of plywood. He was 4 feet tall, just straight up, and he's just so amazing.
Yeah.
Super amazing. Yeah, I was really lucky to be able to shoot photos of Phil Shaw. He's awesome.
Right.
And this is Gabe Morford and Matt Field looking on. This is like kind of an odd part of the tennis court banks to photograph. Not many people skated this. This is Royce Nelson, who I always thought of him as more of a pool skater. He could skate pools so good. And then he could skate street really good too. He's so good at transition, and I really love this photo. He's just blasting out of this very tight transition in Berkeley.
Yeah, I don't, and back to that point, I don't think people realize how hard it is to, to pop out of that.
No, it's so difficult. That transition is so tight. And there was probably only a few feet of space that you could do that.
Yeah, that's it's basically a Wally, like.
Yeah.
If you ever saw him ride a pool, you would understand how he could do that. Like, that guy could get speed anywhere in any pool and do any trick. Like, and another Dogtown rider, by the way.
Yeah.
Ding.
Yeah.
Rad. This is Solomon Aga in San Jose. Just doing a regular ollie over some kind of plumbing.
Yeah, what are those things? What's it with San Jose and these weird things that just pop out of the ground with tape on it?
I don't know, some kind of something to do with plumbing or something. I don't know. Something went through there. I like this photo a lot. Big frontside rail slide. That's cool. Here's another photo from the Bums Warehouse of Sean Young. And I like this because I like how his feet are really edgy. Really, like, the whole weight of his body are just on the edges of his feet or edges of his shoes. Where he's coming up and he's doing like an alley-oop slide on the wall, alley-oop wall ride in a ski mask. So that makes it even better. So cool.
And I like your shadow too.
Oh yeah, you can see my shadow too. And as you can see, I'm not looking through the lens. My camera's down here and I have the wide angle lens. So now I'm gonna capture it or capture him. But I also don't want to look through the lens because I don't want to get hit with the board. I want to be able to see what's happening.
Right.
That's fun. I think some of my best photos are not looking through the lens. Probably this one too. This is Coco Santiago at Andy's ramp. I like the look of his face. Look how crazy his face is. Just like, I like it. He's such a great skateboarder. This is a couple of friends, Brian Sumner and Andrew Reynolds, just wrestling. I thought I wanted to include it because there's a lot of photos of just skate action shots. So I want to include some people too. This is a photo. I don't think I've scanned this before, but I saw it and I wanted to. I like the colors. This is John Cardiel, and it's I don't know. I like this portrait. I think he's just looking at something we were skating, thinking about it. This is Tiffany and Heather. They're at an all-girls skate contest. That's the portrait. They're sisters, obviously, twins. This is a sequence of Ethan Fowler when he lived in San Diego. I love this sequence. I'm just going to shut up and show it to you. I love how like his feet are like this, just like 1 foot to 2 feet and landing it. So cool.
Yeah, that's so cool. And like, that's something that if it was video, you just wouldn't quite see everything that should be seen, you know, when you
Yeah,
get sequences, it's great.
yeah, it's like just pieces. Oh, and here's the last photo in this this group of photos, and this is Jake Phelps from some ramp in Walnut Creek, and this is the first photo I ever got published, which doesn't matter because I just really like this photo, but it is like for me, this photo is kind of how I stepped into being able to get a sense of what it would be like to be a professional photographer, or to be able to be a photographer that could earn money from photography and just to be a photographer. So this was like huge incentive for me, and I love the photo. I mean, technically you can't see his face, so it might be a photo, I don't know, that you wouldn't like. I don't know.
I think that's what's good
Love it.
about it though, because like look at his hair, like, and his feet, and you kind of want to see his face, but his hand, like the other thing that I love about a lot of these photos is what the skaters are doing with their hands and their faces, like totally unconsciously, you know, it's all about the physicality of it. And I don't know, I there's like this mystery because the face isn't there, but there's all this other information there too. It's so cool.
Yeah, and the coping is janky.
Yeah, right. The deck is pretty.
Yeah,
Bolts.
it's just bolted on.
Yeah, it's
Who
bolted
got that
on pretty
one?
good.
It broke. Wow, yeah, I love the shot. The shots.
So I have some more photos. This is San Francisco at a schoolyard. This is Mickey Reyes.
Yeah. Is that concrete jungle board?
Yeah, it's a concrete jungle board. Yeah. Yeah, I like this one. And so when we would bring mini jump ramps and put them up against walls all over the place. It was fun.
Was it one of those shots on that couch in a venture ad or something?
Yes, it was an adventure ad. It was with Mike Alcantara, and Mickey was sitting in the couch with Bryce Knights, Bryce is going to be on next week, right, Brian?
Yeah, the 22nd. It's gonna do another talk. Yep.
Yeah, that's so cool. And Bryce was that day that I shot a sequence of Mike Alcantara, and Mike Alcantara is skating over the couch, and Bryce and Mickey are sitting on the couch, and I gave the prints to Bryce to maybe use in the magazine, and they were used for a venture ad, and that I was so hyped on that because it was the first time I got sold some pictures to, for an ad, which paid you a little bit more money. So it was really exciting to have those photographs published. And Bryce was the catalyst. I gave the photos to Bryce, and then he showed them to Fausto, and Fausto wanted to use them for a venture ad. So I'm really grateful for that moment and that day. Kind of gave me, and this is the same day. And this time I was like 16 and not a professional photographer. And Bryce was already shooting for Thrasher, and he was shooting this sequence of Julian doing this frontside rail slide down this rail, and it's ended up being the first time anyone was photographed doing a frontside rail slide down a handrail. And Bryce is out of frame here shooting a sequence. And I think Mike Alcantara is shooting Sick Boys, so he's somewhere around here. And I was fortunate that I had this 100mm lens, so I could kind of get a shot but be far back. And I love the shot. It's pretty really special to me. I love how
Yeah, this is-
flat the board
yeah.
is too.
Wow, this is like, yeah, this is history on history here.